Guys, what is going on? Currently coming to you live streaming from my kitchen on this beautiful day on my day number 5 of quarantine, my self-imposed exile. But today I wanted to tell you now is the best time in human history, I think, or at least in the last 20 or 30 years, that everybody's part of this generation. We all, as millennials, as elder people, as younger people, have a time when people are living in panic and fear. And when there's fear and there's problems in the world, some people see problems, others see great opportunity. And I hope you're one of the latter rather than the former, because right now we have a tremendous opportunity collectively as a species to, if you're a scientist or a researcher, you have the opportunity to work on cures for coronavirus. And if you right now are in a position where you have cash on hand, where you took advice and you sold at the peak, and you're stacking paper right now, you have the opportunity for the first time in several years to quit playing on the sidelines. Now is not the time to play it safe. You got to wait a week or two until the market, softens a little bit. And I think we're going to have a massive and a tremendous opportunity to buy into the market on some dividend stocks that are going to have tremendous returns. And I've been looking at a lot of stuff. I don't know what you guys are looking at, but I'd definitely love some stock picks, and we should chat about it if you're a financial expert on here. I'm in no position to give anybody any financial advice, but I just think it's a tremendous time in the markets if you're paying attention. I mean, I was looking at like the BP stock price and Shell, and I only look at really like stable companies that pay high dividends. I think the cruise lines are severely impacted, but they're definitely going to be around, and it's going to take a while for them to balance back up. But I think once everything is up and going again, you are going to see a tremendous opportunity with the cruise lines to basically, they're going to bounce back stronger than they've ever been. Tourism is going to be high once this coronavirus is over, because the fundamentals of the economy are still there, right? So I think it's just a phenomenal time. And I hope you're using this time collectively to be kind to each other. Now is a good time to FaceTime one another, talk to each other, connect in a way you haven't before. And this is a time that you can use to find yourself. I read that beautiful thing about Isaac Newton where, during the downtime that he had, he, made a lot of breakthroughs in calculus and a lot of discoveries. Now is a time to self-reflect. Google always, if you're a corporation, you should listen to this if you're a CEO, because Google has this famous thing called the 20% time, where they give employees 20% of their time to find their passion and work on something. And some of the greatest innovations at Google, I think, like Android and Gmail and a lot of interesting stuff have come out from this 20% time. So use this as the 20% time, because this is probably 10 or 20% of your year. And now is the time you're at home, and you can read. You have no excuses now, because you're in your house and you have the time to read and spend time with family and connect and do art and write that screenplay you always wanted to write, and go out and become a YouTuber like you've always wanted to, and just enjoy your life and reflect on what you need and downsizing. Because I think we're living in a time when most people realize you don't really have to go to work that much, because look at what you're doing now. You're at home and you're happy and you're not using much resources. So it's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? What are your actual needs as a human being to survive as a person? And what are you stacking your paper for? And once you reflect on that, I think you'll realize you're in a much better position than you think you are. And, I think the opportunities right now are just limitless. I mean, there's literally no limitation on what you can and can't do, because, we collectively right now have a time where we can really have tremendous impact on one another. Thanks to social media and thanks to the internet, one person with their smartphone in their house can now broadcast and reach millions and billions of people. We're seeing that. And so because there's this massive democratization and distribution of content and exponential technologies have made, with this $1,000 iPhone, I can now broadcast to the world, and potentially 1 billion people can see this content, right? And if you're like a celebrity or an influencer, you have tremendous reach and you have tremendous impact. And I hope you use this time to make content that is beneficial to people, that's entertaining, and also isn't just self-serving, but serves humanity, and realize that you do have the ability to make a tremendous impact on people. Much love. Thank you, guys.